Okay, so this is my vlog critique here for May 23rd, 2017, with my final polishing of the project. What I'm looking at that I want to finish and work on before I turn this in, with the blue character here, I'm continuing to polish the lip sync, especially I've got self-reference that I've gone back to here, and I really I kind of got into it to have bigger emotions so I could have a little bit of exaggeration. It's not exaggerated or cartoony, it's just higher energy. So I'd have something bigger that I could then pull back from as a bit of a reference. And this is actually several takes, so a few of them are more reserved. And I'm playing with a few of these to find what I really want the look to be. But I'm fairly happy with the basics of the mouth shapes. I'm not going to go too overboard. I just want to make sure that they fit well. The other aspects I'm looking at here are fixing some overlapping actions. If I scrub through, there's the moving of the hands. I think this is okay because they're different directions. But especially on this fellow, they come up, they're moving really together, and I want to offset that slightly. And I'm just worried about that they're moving at the same time. Also with the arms and the antenna in this one bounce and move in the same circle pattern from this counterclockwise at the same time, and I don't like that. Didn't notice that when I first did it, and then I picked up on that reviewing it. I'm also looking at a few other aspects here with there's an anticipation before this fellow that I'm not. It's right there. It's a little jerk that he does, and I want to make that a bit more subtle and read more as an anticipation. As it is now, it just has a little bit of a quick jerky quality to it. I'm not sure that it really fits or looks like an anticipation, so I'm going to play with that a little bit. And I just overall feel I can probably push some of these poses a little bit more. This one, I feel like I can get a bit of a better arc, get his chest a bit more presented, and turn the body slightly for that without losing the gesture. And his body in this one, I think I want to play it, get another bit of a better arc going through. Maybe, I think the hips are offset fine. I think I can make the shoulders work at a more interesting angle, so just so it looks more dynamic. So pushing the poses, going back with the reference to match up the lip sync and get better shapes there. Fix the overlapping, especially in the arms and the antenna. Those are the main places that I see it. And then on the pink fellow, as per Heidi's notes, I want to give him some subtle action in the beginning, because he's really just sitting there doing very little the whole time. I put a giant holding action in there so he looked like he was alive without being too distracting. So that's going to be the key, finding ways that I can have him move, give him a little action. I'm considering making him scratch his head or scratch his chin, or just sort of cock his head back and forth as though he's watching TV or something off screen. Nothing too dramatic, and something that won't distract from the blue guy talking in the middle. So that's where I am right now, and I'm pretty happy with what I'm going. I'm actually very happy with this. After dialing, week 2, I had a bit of a setback with all the dancey, too many arm motions and too much going on. And I'm actually very happy how I've been able to dial it back and make it more controlled and simple. And I really tried to take to heart the idea of having 3 really strong poses telling a better story than several weaker poses. And that's part of why I want to push these poses that I have just a bit further, just to really get the most out of them. I've enjoyed this class, mostly as it's just been a workshop for me for getting a better handle on subtle animation. I enjoy all aspects of animation in general, but having worked mostly with broad animations, uh, I'm more interested in doing movie and television special effects and actor replacement kind of animation. So getting the subtle motions down that are a bit more natural and realistic, I think, is a skill that I simply need to continue working on. And I'm glad to have been able to start working in that direction in this class. This is just this is some of the better work that I feel I've been able to accomplish. And I like that it's simple. Week 2 was my approach, just carrying things a little bit too far, just to play with it, and I was playing the dialogues, not the dialogue, not the phrases, like the individual words I was looking at. Whereas this time I'm trying to think more in terms of what he's saying as a whole to dictate how he moves. That's really everything I can think of to say for it. And I'll be carrying the lessons I've learned in this one through to all my other work. All right, that's it. Thank you very much.